Thank you for joining me. I'm Alexandra, and I want to talk about Exxon Mobil. I don't know why it's called mobile when it's mobile, but whatever. So, what they're doing is mostly pollution, but they also produce oil. Everyone knows what Exxon does. Everyone knows the Exxon Valdez, probably. Look it up, it was bad. Anyway, stock price is $57.71, which gives the market cap of $244 billion. Revenue $178.6 billion, which is down, 30-ish percent. Not great. Pretty bad. Earnings negative $22.4 billion, which is also not great. Slight bit of a discrepancy there. So obviously COVID was bad and continues to be bad, but I guess it's getting better. So that gives them P of negative 11, and the forward P is listed at 23, and I do not really trust that estimate, so take that with a grain of salt. Dividend yield still 6%. Payout ratio obviously non-existent because they didn't make a profit to measure that dividend by. So there is that. Total assets $332.8 billion. Total liabilities $168.6 billion, which gives them a total stockholders' equity of $157 billion. That obviously about $34 billion lower than the previous year, and actually that's a success because they lost $22 billion. They somehow still paid $15 billion in dividends, and the stockholders' equity didn't decline by $37 billion as you would expect, but 34, which, I mean, a win is a win, right? So risk factors, apparently global pandemics would be one. Tesla would be another. Obviously, all the EV manufacturers and legislation for EVs would be a huge risk for Exxon Mobil, and obviously oil in general. And in the US anyway, Biden seems to be on a good path. Who knows what he can do, but California already banned gas vehicles after 2030, I think. So have several European countries, or 2035, depending on which one and when. I kind of expect that to happen sooner. Probably not by legislative, but I really don't think that a lot of people are going to buy gas cars, or I don't think people are going to buy new gas cars after 2030, and I don't think it would be smart to buy a new gas car after 2025 anyway. So there's that, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think oil companies have a future. The other would be that Saudi Arabia and other OPEC nations and Russia and a few other minor oil producers have a limited amount of time to sell all their oil and make all their profit. And so I expect oil to get cheaper, and ExxonMobil and most of the American companies kind of can't sustain oil prices under $40 because they would lose money by producing oil. Not as much as they would lose by not producing oil, but still huge risk factors here. I don't think there's a future for them at all, but even if they can make it to 2030, I think that might be the end of them. So really don't think anyone should buy the stock at all, ever. For growth investors, obviously negative 30-ish% growth, not great. For dividend investor, the dividend is nice, obviously, but with the payout ratio being negative and profit currently being negative and the future being very uncertain, obviously the 15 years it would take for you to get more dividend than you paid for the stock might not ever happen. And you would probably lose money if Exxon kind of went under within the next 15 years. So I really don't think that dividend investors should be investing in this stock either. And for a value investor, negative earnings is bad. Even if they hit the forward P of 23, that's slightly too high. The balance sheet is okay. I mean, let's be honest, it's a great balance sheet. Assets to liabilities ratio of about 2 to 1. Again, though, for a value investor, you kind of want to hold the stock for a very long time, and I don't think you can. So don't buy it. Anyway, that's it for me for today. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and find more videos every day before market open. I hope you have a successful day.